Silent Hill F, back at it. And as you could probably tell from this main menu screen, I did some stuff. I got 2 extra endings. I went through New Game Plus to get these 2 endings. So yeah, this time I'm looking to get the quote-unquote true ending. The one that requires me to get at least one of these endings, but I wanted to get these 2 because, yeah, they, add a lot more context to what's going on in the story. And, honestly, yeah, like, the story is the one big thing that, was compelling me to play through the game. Yeah, I think it was, worth it to see how these, endings played out. I guess just to provide some context, because I think this will all contribute to how the true ending will play out. I haven't seen it. That's why I'm recording this, because this is gonna be my first time actually going through this whole sequence. But I have already done the work to get to the point in because this true ending can only be achieved after like loading a save file that has one of these at least 2 endings. So I could have actually gotten it after getting this first New Game Plus ending, but I wanted to see both of these ones because yeah. So yeah, for this ending, the Fox's Wedding, it didn't take the red capsules. I found the sacred sword. I did the puzzle where you have to take certain objects to the Jizo statues scattered around town, which I recognized on my first playthrough as, oh, this is probably going to be something that'll matter later on. And yep, my suspicions were correct. Definitely has something to do with the competing religions in the game. Turns out that was definitely a whole thing. It was only hinted at in the first playthrough, but yeah, I guess just to maybe cut a long story short, yeah, there have been multiple faiths in Ebisugaoka, and like from like the big picture view here is that 2 gods were basically warring, and the antagonist, I guess, the primary antagonist from like the first playthrough is like the fox, right? Inari-sama, who wanted to basically to make Hinako his wife, and yeah, yeah, basically possessed Fox Mask. The mysterious dude with the Fox Mask that was leading us around Dark Shrine, that had us had Hinako basically mutilate herself to present herself as a worthy wife to him. And yeah, this second ending, the Fox's Wedding, is basically Hinako accepting that, because in the first ending is basically Hinako being in self-doubt, and she just went on a mad rampage at the end when she was supposed to be married to Fox Mask. And the obvious obvious implication with like the pills is that the pills that Shu has been giving her all this time was based on the lore notes that they make the person who ingests them, takes them to see their inner selves and reflect on, you know, all their thoughts, feelings. And as we saw in the first playthrough, it was Hinako. And yeah, it's because of self-doubt, like, and how this first ending ended before like the post-credit sequence where we heard like the police radioing each other about, yeah, Hinako going on a murder spree. Is that it was normal Hinako and married fox arm monster Hinako, like screaming at each other, because yeah, because of the addiction to the pills, like she kept taking them, like she never resolved that inner conflict, and I guess that drove her mad. But with the Fox ending, of course, you didn't take the red capsule, so you Hinako didn't get addicted to them, I guess. Like, she still had, you know, this journey of self-discovery, but with the acquisition of the sacred sword, which is basically the symbol of the old god that the Inari-sama had replaced, by taking that sword and then purifying it, because yeah, it's either you purify it or you don't obtain it. I purified. I got the sacred sword because doing that would allow you to just get it on the next new game plus cycle, which would make attaining this ending easier, because you do have to purify the sacred sword. But so yeah, I did that, and by purifying it, you basically remove its power. You remove the power of the old god that is apparently possessing the doll, the girl doll that you see at the very beginning of the game, and was showing up ominously in the cutscenes, like telling basically the player that, oh, don't trust Foxmass, or yeah, don't trust Rinko, basically, yeah, because yeah, so you remove that power from the doll, you remove that power from the sacred sword, and as a last attempt from that old god, no, right, so you're the Hinako that you're controlling, and the Hinako that eventually ends up killing the Hinako you control, that does become the boss at the end of the first ending, the married Hinako. They end up clashing, and then but no, actually in the Fox Hinako form, before she transforms into the monster, like the wedding kimono monster. They clash, she wins out, and then Fox Mask banishes, like, oh yeah, because you got the Agura no Hote-sama, which is this elixir that also purifies people. Fox Mask, since you get that from a puzzle, and actually no, you get it in the same place where you do a puzzle, so that you can purify the sword. Fox Mask takes that elixir, makes Hinako drink it so that she is cleansed, and so the old Hinako, the Hinako that you play as for like in the real world, she gets taken out because she is like basically been possessed, I guess, by yeah, like the old god, the sword god, the weapon god. But that evil spirit, or I guess that old god, like old Hinako gets banished or whatever in some other dimension. But like yeah, as a final attempt from this old god, possesses Shu instead, who actually confesses to Hinako that he gave her those drugs because he wanted Hinako to reflect that explore her feelings and realize that maybe because from what Shu and Hinako were talking about, like as New Game Plus presents, and like the new cutscenes and some of the new lore nodes that you pick up, like Hinako and Shu do kind of have more conversations about Hinako not wanting to be married, and Shu wants Hinako to realize that and accept those feelings, and that's why he gave her those pills, because he knew that would have that effect. And if he also acknowledged that it was a shitty thing for him to do, but because he did it because he wanted her to not go with the wedding, because she does actually have feelings for her, and it's all weird. It's all it's a very it's a theme the game explores. I'm trying my best to summarize this whole situation, but and as he acknowledges his shitty feelings, the old god, the sword god, possesses him. You do a very funny boss fight. I don't know, that which just adds to my criticism about this game. Boss fight, beat him, and then you like Shu. Oh, because all this time, since the Hinako that you play as, and by purifying the sacred sword, you remove that power, you banish the old Hinako that was defying this whole the fate of her becoming married. So the Hinako that you play as is the Hinako that is just accepts being the bride of Fox Mask, because yeah, she sees it as a way to find new life and you know, escape from her shitty life under her abusive father and, you know, mother who is enabling that abusive behavior, and also all of the pressures. I guess like for her, she just thought of it as like, yeah, just accept it and just lead a new life. And this Fox Mask seems to be, you know, like they were exchanging letters. He promised to take care of her, so you know what? Why the fuck not? And yeah, after beating Shu Boss, reverts back to his quote-unquote normal self, and it's very funny that how he just accepts the situation and even just has this conversation with Fox Mask. Oh yeah, you take care of my Hinako. And it's all very awful broy in an awful broy way. It's basically, the patriarchy wins, because they basically talk to each other about how, oh yeah, you take care of my Hinako, yeah, I'll take care of my Hinako now. And Hinako even says, oh, don't talk to me like don't speak of me like I'm an object, and they don't acknowledge it at all. And yeah, that's like the whole point of this particular ending, is that, oh yeah, like, yeah, Hinako, like her monster wedding kimono version accepts both of them, or like puts her hand over their shoulders. It's all very bad. like it's presented in a way that's like some way of some kind of peace is achieved, but like the post-credit stinger makes it very obvious that wasn't the case actually, because even with the wedding dress Hinako and Fox Mask getting along, it cuts to the cut-off face of young Hinako screaming. She doesn't want to become her mother, and like Junko, and gets stepped on. So yeah, she just becomes an object basically. Yeah, she just accepts her role as this thing that men fight over. So yeah, it's bad. It's bad, and it's like even the descriptors here: dolls are happiest when they are loved. Like, yeah, it objectifies Hinako as a doll. So yeah, Fox With Its Tail is somewhat of a better ending in a way. Like you get this unpurified sacred sword, and you take that to the Fox Mask, and it kind of goes in a similar way as the first playthrough, but the Hinako you play as in the real world really just takes over and doesn't let the Hinako that you kind of eventually play as in the second ending, like, oh, the Hinako that accepts her fate. No, like the younger Hinako who wants to stay behind, who doesn't want to do any of that, and which is basically symbolized by you getting the sacred sword and not purifying it, which is like, yeah, the old god. And so you have that power, and then it's after fighting the first phase of wedding kimono monster Hinako, you beat her. Fox Mask steps in, and Shu shows up again, attacks Fox Mask, but instead of Hinako protecting because yeah, that what happens in the second ending. Yeah, anyway, Fox Mask gets angry and finally says, "Oh, fuck this, pretending to be a human being, being a quote-unquote, gentleman who follows tradition." He just turns into the fucking fox monster. Inari, he's like Kotoyuki Fox Man is actually possessed by the fox god Narisama, and he wants Hinako, and they do a fucking boss battle. It's so ridiculous. And you beat him, and he gives up, and he just like, oh yeah, okay, all right, fine, you win. And looks like you got a partner in Shu, so you know, and Shu looks like he seems like a decent guy. And yeah, it ends with Shu and Hinako leaving, running away, and them saying, "Yeah, partners. Yeah, we're partners." And it also ends with a weird bit of dialogue between the two of them saying, "Oh yeah, Shu." Like Hinako says, "Shu looks weird with a tie on," and Shu tells Hinako, "Oh, you look weird in that thing." I mean, as you're playing that, as that cutscene is playing, they're still in their school uniforms, but the implication there is like, oh yeah, they ran away from Hinako's actual wedding in their 20s, I think, with, you know, Shu in a tie and Hinako in her wedding dress. And it ends in that way, which seems optimistic as well, because yeah, Hinako doesn't get to become, you know, the object of Foxmask's desires. Like, she doesn't give into that role. But the problem is, like, at the post-credit sequence, gas, the geyser, poisonous gas leaks out of, you know, under Ebisugaoka, and I guess kills a lot of people and turns Ebisugaoka into a ghost town. Everybody has to evacuate. But the implication is that because you took the sacred sword and, yeah, and you beat the Fox Mask, there's no... Because the sacred sword is, like, the whole lore thing about that is that it kept the water dragon sealed under the town, who would poison the town, something like that. And so yeah, basically yeah, these two endings are Hinako goes along with it, or Hinako fiercely resists it, but yeah, like it's that it's basically like this one is symbolizing like the fox victory, the current god's victory, complete victory. This one is like, oh, the old gods being victorious. But yeah, so because yeah, yeah, as I mentioned earlier, like the big picture story here is like these two gods warring. But of course, yeah, the thing though is like parts of like the lore notes that you read throughout is like, oh yeah, these are like different traditions, different structures being built, but you know, they're all kind of like, I don't know, following this pattern, and it's all just still keeping the town in a way that is, you know, I guess still, I don't know, fossilized, or just not being able to progress, or maybe it's something like the it's like the two paths that Hinako can take. It's either just taking on the role of, in the future, of being just a wife, or I guess really just thinking about, you know, regressing back to her childhood, maybe, or is that maybe it's like a selfish sort of thinking, and just thinking of herself while letting the rest of the town face the consequences. Like the description here is like a hell of your own choosing. Nothing else matters now, because it still is this like Hinako like still choosing, I guess, just Shu, but and I guess kind of just running away, because yeah, the whole sequence is them just running away, and feels like they were just running away from town. So yeah, nothing else matters now. So it's just, yeah, it's the two of us, I guess, but yeah, while letting the rest of Ebisugaoka suffer from, which, you know, honestly, I guess considering everything that this town has stood for, personally, maybe I don't actually mind that all that much. But I kind of I get what the game is going for, and I'm guessing this is going to be the quote-unquote true ending, or the golden ending, or whatever term you might want to call it, is that there's somewhere meeting in the middle. I don't know, some balanced approach where you don't fully give yourself over to becoming an object of the patriarchy, but also not like just completely regressing to your childhood ideas of, oh yeah, like we could just play Space Wars with Shu, or I don't know, something like that. Like finding some kind of understanding where you still don't take the red capsules, you still get the sword, but you don't completely let this power use this power. You still lay it to rest, but you also offer the brooch that Fox Mask gives you, because that is a thing that, you know, like gives you the power, but also is like the very symbol of his ownership of Hinako. So yeah, that is so yeah, that's where I'm at, and I play, and just to also make it absolutely clear, I did all this and like these two in like one new. Well, I got this one first from the New Game Plus save, and then after I got this ending, I reverted to the part where I did get the Sacred Sword before I purified it, so that I could do this other ending, so I didn't have to start all the way from scratch. And also, a very key point that I have to make here is that I did actually bump the difficulty up to hard mode, just to see if the actual mechanics would be more challenging, and the whole addition of the clearing your mind mechanic, where you have to actually spend faith to get sanity back from visiting a shrine, would, you know, make me be more engaged with the mechanics. And no, not at all. Did not do anything for me, honestly. It just magnified the problem that I had, which I had that suspicion the first time which I beat the game on story mode, that making this more challenging and becoming more demanding with the combat. I thought, oh yeah, this isn't gonna fix my actual fundamental problem with the game, and no, it did not. So yeah, like the funny thing is, like, yeah, I also didn't die a single time, not in combat at least. Like I died a couple of times during that running away sequence because I fucked up like the path that I need to take, but that didn't have anything to do with the combat mechanics that I have a big problem with. But yeah, I didn't die to any of the fights. Like the boss fights felt more, yeah, they went on a little longer, but no, like I was using all the mechanics, doing all the perfect dodges and perfect, like doing the counters, using the focus attacks, using all the items to recover my stamina, to stop using like I used the charms. None of that made the combat enjoyable at all, or engaging, or at least even make like more storytelling sense. It really just all felt like an action game. All of these action game mechanics, I just don't feel like it fits with the game at all. But yeah. So after doing all of that in hard mode, I just went ahead for the New Game Plus. I just put it down to the easiest mode, casual, even easier than story mode, so that I don't have to think about it at all. So I can just blaze through New Game Plus. And yeah, in like 2-3 hours, I'm at the end, at the point now where I'm going back to Hinako's house. Probably still have to do a couple of puzzles and boss fights, obviously, but it should be hopefully a breeze now, just so that I can see the ending, because I do feel like all of the new additions in the story, the cutscenes, the revelations about like a little more history from Kotoyuki, Fox Mask, and Shu's thoughts, and Hinako's thoughts, and the family's thoughts. Like, yeah, there are a couple of new cutscenes. Different cutscenes altogether. I think that was all good, but you know what? This intro has gone on long enough. I should have probably saved some of this for once I got the end, but yeah. Also, yeah, proof is the proof, right? Hard, action, hard. Clear game file, I did that. You see the icon, right? Next to the pills. That's like indicates the ending that you got. That's the one with the Fox's wedding. No, that's the that's the Fox's wedding ending. And then this one is the one where the Oh, Fox wets his tail ending. Again, hard. Both of these on hard. I did that. I actually engaged with the mechanics even more to see if I was wrong. No, I was right. The combat is just... Anyway, so yeah. So that's why I am... That's why I just put it on casual, so I can just breeze through it. And yeah, I'm at this point now. So... Here we go! Get the goal, the true ending. I'm not even gonna bother with most. I just run past most enemies now too, because you can just do that. You can just do that! Also, yeah, I'm playing on 60 FPS because, yeah. Also found a mod that makes so the cutscenes are also on 60 FPS, which has resulted in some funny glitches, but nothing too bad. Yeah, 60 FPS also didn't make the combat any better. Also, yeah, I can see that, yeah, like, that feature has also been very helpful. You can just, the game lets you know if this is a cutscene, you could skip if it's new or not. Very helpful. Cut down time. Yeah, so, yeah, yeah, Dad was a fisherman. And, lost his earnings. Decided to sell Hinako for money. Just a shitty dad. Yep, leveled up a lot. Leveled up all the stats to the max. Don't even know why I'm still picking these up. These don't really matter at all anymore. But, sure. I don't know. Yeah, also some of the puzzles had variants, which in some way I kind of appreciate, but also it's kind of shows how much they were kind of just really stretching this thing out. I don't know. I have some mixed feelings about this whole new game plus structure of the game, and how you really have to do all of this to get a lot more context. A lot more info about what's going on in the game. Like, I think, yeah, you do get a pretty good idea of what does happen in the game from just beating it the one time, but, yeah. There is more nuance to the story now, having seen, all the new stuff and New Game Plus cycles and seeing the 2 other endings, for sure, but, oh, okay. I guess I can't open these now because I don't have the brooch anymore. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, there's also some mechanical stuff as well, since you had powers at certain times, so you could just skip entire sections. Also very useful. Oh, look at that! This time, everybody's crossed out except for Hinako. Yeah, the other variants. It was different the last 2 times I got the 2 different endings. Yeah, it's like, I guess, a way to you know, save on budget without having to just come up with completely new puzzles every time. And in a way, I guess kind of helps to just get through the New Game Plus sections faster. Because you don't have to think about the puzzles too hard, because you kind of know what to expect now. Because they are kind of vague, but I mean, for the most part, I didn't have too much trouble with the puzzles. Yeah. Okay. I don't even know why I guess there might be new documents to find now, because this is like the last run. Ah, yeah, this is new. Married couple's letter. Kimie. Tomorrow's the big day. I'm looking forward to seeing Hinako dressed as a bride. Still can't believe she's marrying that rich young man. We won't have to worry about money ever again, and I'm sure Hinako will be happy too. Must feel like a huge burden's been lifted off your shoulders. Just take life easy now. You can fulfill that dream of yours of going to every onsen in Japan. If there are any other wishes you want to come true, just say the word. It's Mom's handwriting from here. Kanta, my dream is to hear you say such sweet words to me directly, not on paper. Yeah. Yeah, you just can't just talk to each other directly. Again, because basically, like, if there's like a moral to this whole story, is all of these, the patriarchy traps everybody. These social structures that we built we built cages for ourselves, basically. if I'm gonna be reductive, because I mean, the game is very upfront about that. So very straightforward about it. I mean, it's delivered in a way that, again, I'm probably getting into stuff where I probably just better off talking about at the very end, but yeah. Yeah, this one is also different. I'll read that later once I actually have all the quests. Finding a pine tree crest. Yep, having to go through this whole rigmarole again. You've seen this before, Hinako. We've done this 3 times already. Hey. Hello. Yeah. I like it when they die in 2 hits. Oh, fuck. God. Oh boy. I think out of all the enemies, I hate these ones the most because, yeah, like this AoE bullshit that they spread on the ground and makes it so you can't even get, because you just get stuck for a bit. It's all very annoying. I get it. I get what you're doing. Also, yeah, that is it's another big problem that I have with it. Again, all the combat in this game. There's so much of it. So much fucking combat. And you just fight the same enemies over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Like, in a way that I actually appreciate them making the boss, like the end boss fights different each time. Even though I also found them to be like, God, this is just so ridiculous. Like, they just really do end up like fucking Dark Souls bosses. It's so funny. I was actually just laughing. Laughing the entire time I fought Shu and Katana, wielding all these weapons like fucking Gilgamesh from Final Fantasy. And yeah, fighting this giant box demon. It was all very ridiculous. Like, this game really got me asking why there's just so much combat.
私はそういうものだと思って生きてきたから。だからお見合いの話が来た時も、今度は私の番なんだってそう思ったよ。
お姉ちゃんはどうして知らない人と結婚できたの？
親同士で話して仲人さんが入って、その上で私にふさわしい方と分かって紹介されたんだもの。出会うのは初めてでもきっと仲良くなれるって確信があったわ。恋愛結婚も素敵だと思うけれど、恋は盲目。籍を入れた後に相手の嫌な面に気づいても遅いのよ。
私にはお姉ちゃんたちの言うことがよくわからないよ。
ひな子だって幸せな結婚をして幸せな人生を歩みたいでしょ。
そこが違うの。そこが多分私とお姉ちゃんの、私と世界の一番の違いなの。
違いって？
私、幸せになることが絶対に大切とは思ってないの。もちろん幸せにはなりたいよ。でもそれよりも大事なことがあるの。
それは何？
自分で選択したかどうか。私はね、幸せにしてもらいたいんじゃない。自分で選んで幸せになりたいの。たとえ幸せになれなかったとしても、自分で選んだ結果はとても尊くて、私には価値があるように思えるの。みんなが女の幸せと呼ぶもの、頼もしい旦那様と大勢の子供たち、そういうものと生涯無縁になるとしても構わない。私には幸せになれるかどうかよりも、自分で運命を選べたかどうかが大事なの。
私には綺麗事に聞こえるけれどね。でもひな子の言うことが間違ってるとも思えない。あと100年、いやひょっとしたらもう少し早いかも。どんな結果だろうと自分で選んだ結果なら、それが幸せだとそうと言える時代がきっと訪れると思うわ。お姉ちゃんはその世界には行けないけれど、ひな子は行けるといいね。
どんな結果だろうとも 自分で結果を選べることが幸せ。自分で選べなかった結果は幸せじゃないんだ。誰にも操らせない。私の選択は
Project from art class. My future self. Shimizu Hinako. Canvas is blank. And even now, imagining the countless possibilities of what I could fill all this blank space with makes me excited. Right, yeah, I remember, like, I guess the problem with, the third ending, the Fox But Its Tail, where you go with Shu, because a lot of it is also, like, I guess, you know, contrasted with this one, where, they're making it very explicit that, yeah, it's because it's Hinako making the choices, because, with that one, I think it was kind of, like, she still felt like this pressure to, I don't know, present herself in a way that would make Shu, be happy. So yeah, it was still kind of in service of somebody else and not necessarily, her completely. I mean, it's never going to be, you know, like, yeah, in the real world, it's never really going to be always, people making choices just for their own. Always with the other people in mind, the people who, you know, who care about our loved ones. But, yeah. Now we'll see how this all, resolves. Oh, right. I got this. I got this upgrade. I forgot to actually put a new Omamori. Yeah. Okay, scale puzzle again. Now, how will the weight be distributed this time? Always a lonesome kid playing himself. Okay, yeah, it's still the same. Yep. Yep.
昔これで遊んで飽きそうなところがある。
Ah, look at that. Hinako's now all alone. Yeah, she stands alone this time. Because it's gonna be her making the decisions from now on.
写真なんか見たことある気がする。思い出せない。私の日記何か入ってる。
It's the key!
ここ本当に私の家なの？
Yeah, it's a part of the house that just keeps going and going and going. Yeah, it looks like this room is for a married couple, and you look at the other room, it looks like the same, and you look at further back, it's like the same, it just keeps repeating, repeating. Not exactly sure what that means, but I'm sure it means something. You see the doll. The doll! It's over there. You got the kitsune, fox, fox statuettes. It's like supposed to be like, idea of a happy family. The dad doll, the mommy doll, the kids dolls. That's supposed to be Hinako, I don't know. Cure, whatever. Oh yeah, and case dolls, you know. Sure, you could read all of this as, you know, yeah, more metaphors. Yeah. For this, yeah. They got the cups, they got their tea. Got the white flowers, the Makakura Korama, I forget the name. That particular flower or something, plant you need to take to, and like, yeah, leading up to it, oh, these are these separate rooms, they're kind of messy, I don't know. But then, yeah, it was also very important that Hinako said, oh, is this really my house? Yeah. I don't know. Oh, if I remember correctly, this wasn't where the initial, um, this wasn't where this door used to be, I think. Yeah. Yeah, I think this was where it used to get. I forget. Honestly, it can be all kind of a blur at this point. All the subtle changes that they have for each new game, plus. Also, apparently this is like a Silent Hill 4 reference. Kind of. Never played it. Yeah, again. Maybe I have to reiterate my very first Silent Hill game. He's the one that I played to completion, played to any actual substantial length. Because like I said in the very first video I recorded, first session of this game, played like I don't know, half an hour of Silent Hill 1, back when I was a kid, and really spooked me. Never played it again. But yeah, I think after this though, I am much more, I think I'm really gonna actually go play the other ones, and I hope to God they don't have as much combat as this game does. Or I don't know, maybe if the yeah, I hope that the combat is more suited to like the story that they're trying to tell. Alright, Hinako's the only one that's gonna be upright. There you go. Got it. Okay, and then we're gonna go do the whole run around all the way back to the third version of the house to get the last. Okay. Yeah, I distinctly remember like this was the one where we had to use the key on last time. Maybe? I think so. Excuse me, you do your screaming by yourself over there? Okay. And so it's gonna be different this time. Oh, it's parents' room. Yeah, this time it's not just the Hinako you're talking to anymore, huh? Talking to mom, not to your own self.
お母さん、ひな子の誤解を解いておきたいの。
誤解って？
ひな子はお母さんのこと、お父さんにいつもいじめられてるって思ってる？
そんなこと。
確かにお父さんはちょいと短気な人だけど、娘の前ではいい格好がしたいだけの照れ屋な人なんだよ。
あんなに怒鳴ったり物を投げつけたりしてきたのに。
お父さんはね、ずっと夢があったの。自分と友達で小さなお店を持ちたいって。
夢？
そう。
He wasn't always an asshole. He also had a dream.
お父さんには仲のいいお友達がいてね。船に乗っていた頃からかな、弟みたいに可愛いっていつも言ってた。でもね、何かあったんだろうね。急にお父さんが貯めてたお金全部持って逃げちゃった。きっとどうしようもない理由があったんだろうね。悪い人には見えなかったから。お父さん、それですごく傷ついてね、荒れてた時期があったの。落ち着くといつも私には謝ってくれたよ。でもね、子供には弱い父親の姿を見せたくないからって。男の人はプライドが高いから。
だからね、
Pride.
家族を傷つけていいわけがない。
ひな子はきっと家に入ると女は男に虐げられるってそう思い込んじゃってるんだろうね。でもね、あんたが思ってるほど女もお母さんも弱くはないんだよ。お父さんなんて娘の前ではカッコつけて威張ってるけど、あんたたちがいない時は全然違うんだから。以前お母さんとお父さん大喧嘩したことがあるの。
知らない。そんなことあったの？
お母さん、お父さんが謝ってくるまで徹底的に無視してやったよ。あんたたちがいる前では普通に振る舞ってたけどね。おかずもお父さんの嫌いなものばっかりにして、お茶に雑巾の絞り汁
お
入れてやったこともあるの。
母 母さんが信じられない。
お父さんたったの3日で音を上げたよ。あんたと純子が寝静まった後、そこにベターっと土下座してね。
お父さんが本当に？
そうだよ。私とお父さんが本気で喧嘩をしたら、お父さんが私に勝てるわけないじゃない。でもね、それは私たち夫婦の話。娘のお前に心配かけたのは本当に申し訳ないと思ってるよ。
話してくれてありがとう。お母さん。
My mom smiled through tears of joy when Junko got married. Was she really so happy to be sending her daughter off to suffer the same fate as her? Oh no, I remember this, yeah. This was new back then, but this is the one that's actually new now, right? How did my mother even marry him in the first place? How could anyone possibly call themselves happy, having spent their entire life with someone like him? Mom once told me, husband and wife support each other for the whole of their lives, in sickness and in health. You see, it took me a long time to recover after giving birth to you. It caused your father a lot of trouble with my mood swings. But no matter how much I complained, he stood by me through it all without so much as a frown. I know he may not have turned out to be much of a father to you girls, but all in all, he's been a good enough husband to me. Yeah, well, that's about as good as you could expect, I guess. Really, really low standards. Yeah, very unfortunate. Yes, yeah, considering, you know, the times of the society. Matters most to my sister are results. Matters most to me is choice. Also, I'm suffering through, so I'm just recovering from a sore throat, so I actually shouldn't have been talking as much earlier, because now I'm starting to feel it again. Probably not just gonna read this out loud. I'm just gonna read this quiet to save my voice. Oh, that's different now. Look at that. So yeah, Fox Hinako no longer has the mask on. Still has the arm though. So are we still actually gonna fight them? Are we still gonna fight the monster mom and dad at the end of this? Yeah. So this is something that I actually missed in my New Game Plus run. But yeah, because I was also watching, you know, a YouTuber playthrough of New Game Plus after I had gone through it myself, of course. And yeah, there was like in the middle school section, the board which showed like the fates of the characters, and yeah, it said for Hinako's mom's cancer. So okay, yeah, yeah. All right. So again, more recontextualizing things. To better humanize the characters. Alright, let's enter the room. But yeah, the one big difference in this one is that we don't talk to Shadow Hinako anymore. Just talk to Mom. Oh well, no, I guess no. This is still no, right? We're still gonna talk to Hinako, right? Because this is the room. What am I saying?
の話だろ
ひなこ、今少しいいか？
なんかよ。
お前に謝っておこうと思ってな。
何を？
俺は情けない父親だった。長い間怒鳴ったり怖がらせたりして悪かった。
今頃謝ってなかったことになんかなるわけないでしょ。あれだけ長いことみんなに迷惑かけて、全部チャラになるなんて本気で思ってるの？
思ってない。お前の気持ちを考えれば到底許せるわけもない。それを重々分かってる。それでも俺に謝らせてくれ。許してくれなくて構わないから。
はあ、あんた一人がスッキリしたいからってだけで勝手に謝ってるの？迷惑だよ、帰ってよ。今だって急に怒り出して包丁を投げつけてこないか怖くてたまらないんだから。
子供に怖がられるくらいが威厳のある父親だと誤解していたんだ。本当にすまない。
じゃあ勝手にこれからもそうしててよ。出てって、出てってよ。それでもお父さんは謝ってくれてる。許す許さないは私たちの勝手だけど、お父さんの謝りたいっていう気持ちまでも無限にはできないよ。お父さんの都合なんか知らないよ。家族だよ。それでもお母さんに聞いたでしょ。お父さんが裏切られて辛い目にあったって。辛い理由があったから乱暴も許せっていうの？そんなのまかり通らない。そう、まかり通らない。許す必要もない。縁を切り言い訳も謝罪も聞いてやる義理は確かにない。でもね、家族の縁は切れないんだよ。だから許さなくてもいいけれど聞いてあげなくちゃ。お父さんの気持ちだけは受け止めてあげて。お母さんはお父さんを許しているのかもしれないけど私には無理。知ってる？私たちとお父さんは血がつながっているけど、お父さんとお母さんは血なんかつながってないんだよ。結婚したってだけの赤の他人のお母さんがお父さんの話を聞いて許せたんだよ。どうして血のつながりのある私たちが話も聞いてあげられないの？怖かったと思う。今も怖いと思う。許せないと思うし、顔も見たくない気持ちもわかる。それでも話だけは聞いてあげて。許さなくてもいいからお父さんの気持ちだけは受け止めてあげて。
もし俺のせいで男というものに恐怖を覚えているならそれは誤解だ。俺はろくでなしだが他の父親たちは違う。俺とは正反対で琴行君立派な青年だ。彼なら絶対にお前を幸せにしてくれる。付き合いの長い柊君立派な男だけどな。あいつにならお前をやれるとずっと思っていた。しかしそんなのは俺の勝手な決めつけで結婚するもしないもお前が自分で決めて構わない。俺を 許さなくていいから俺の呪縛から解放されて幸せに生きてくれ。今まですまなかった。
今でも怖いし、許せるかどうかわからないけど、お父さんの気持ちだけは受け取ったから。
Okay. So, does that mean no more shitty boss fights? No more boss fights with mom and dad? Also, I'm still just holding off from giving my full opinion on these events because there's still some game left. I want to see how it all wraps up. Maybe this is the point where this is the wrap up for mom and dad because we still have Shu and Fox Mask. But yeah, so is dad no longer forcing us to get married? Also, you know, still has these assumptions about Fox Mask being an upstanding person because from what I've seen in the different New Game Plus, like the different routes and different endings, there is a part of Fox Mask that wants to be a good person, wants to be like a good husband to Hinako, but then again, yeah, there's also parts of him that is like just obsessed with Hinako. Which for me, honestly, you know, yeah, I understand the context at times, like arranged marriages, yeah, I get it. But yeah, it's the whole concept of like him being obsessed with Hinako because she quote unquote saved him when they were kids, and then they were friends for a bit, and then you know he left town because you know with his mom, and then got obsessed over, and he never forgot her and thought about, oh yeah, we're gonna make her my wife. It's like, yeah, I don't know if that's like gonna be and he was also groomed by his mom to feel this entitlement of becoming the heir to their clan because yeah, there's this whole backstory about him being the bastard kid of this, you know, powerful clan who was connected to like yeah, a powerful family basically, and he ends up becoming the new head of that clan, which allows him to, you know, I guess do all this cult shit. So, you know, he's still part of a cult, so not really. I don't know, like, or maybe like yeah, that this could be all mixed in with like the symbolism of, you know, of these societal structures. But yeah, still no. But yeah, I'll hold off on going full bore on and how I feel about this whole thing after we see credits and after the post credits. Yeah, you're still doing that thing, still jumping out of that room. Okay, is this new for the first time in a long time? Yeah, what about your friends? Oh no, yeah, this was also in the first time you see this cutscene, but afterwards. Will mom and dad be still waiting as monsters?
どうしてこんなことに。
ひなこ遅かったな。今から始めるところだったぞ。誰のなんだと。
Also, yeah, dad being such a, an abuser at home, and being like, the male figure, probably also led to maybe Hinako not wanting, see Shu as that, maybe, and that's why she also felt conflicted about, her feelings about him. Maybe, I don't know. Could be a thing to look at as to why their whole relationship is all messy. Okay, is it gonna be different this time? No more fighting. There it is. No, still throwing down the gauntlet, the knife. No, well, I guess the corruption is still here, I guess. Nah, okay, I guess we're still gonna have to do this then. Wow, they just comboed me. Ow, god damn it. Oh, thank goodness that went by much faster this time. Yeah, thank you, casual mode. Guess you still gotta go through this whole thing, huh? What's new about that? This is okay, I can skip this. I can skip this. Alright, yep. So I'm guessing, yeah, the marriage is still going through. I guess we still have to go through this whole thing. Oh god. Yeah, I still have to do this whole fucking thing. Oh boy.
賑やかな絵。
Oh god, okay, yeah. Still have to do this. Alright.
感謝は命じられるものじゃない。宴は終わりましたでしょうか。
Also, I didn't realize this about the first time. Proves that this is what you actually do to get this thing, to solve the puzzle of this room, to know the right room to get to. Look at the blood stains on the ground, because they are circles, and you can use your fox eye to uncover these statues. There you go.
私の愚かさは認めよう。親と友達に勝手なことを言うな。 そんなものに選ばれたいと思ったことなどない。私はお前たちの小屋しか何かなのか。バカにするな。
純子さん。
Alright, skipping this. Yep. Got it. Got it, sister. You want me to kill the other Hinako?
様のお印ですね。
Alright, let's do this. Let's finish this. Okay, two chicks confide in one another in their shells. Fox watches over them in the light of his lantern. Nobody knows when or even if the eggs will hatch, not even the chicks themselves. Got it in one. Alright. Okay, how will this play out? I guess this still Fox Hinako, so she's still gonna go along with this, right? Yeah, this is the Hinako that went through hell. Basically, subjected herself to become the ideal bride to Fox Mask. Is this new? Okay, none of this is new, so I'm just gonna skip this. Also, right, this whole thing, it's very nice. Lets me just skip this whole part where you go back to the real world and run as Hinako all the way back to was it the candy store, Chizuruya, where you see Fox Monster Hinako, where she kills you there. Yeah, so you just skip that. Then skip that whole gauntlet. Been very useful, so we're gonna do that too here. I'm just gonna skip this. Yep. All right. How will this play out? It's the last big section. Again, mostly just fighting. Yeah, at this point, I'm just about as tired as Hinako is of having to do all of this. So there is some of that Ludo narrative harmony, Ludo narrative resonance.
私の生き様みたい。今はとにかく進むんだ。諦めるものか。あなたは誰？どうして私を操ろうとしていたの？通さないつもりか。上等だ。お前らの思い通りにはならないぞ。私はもう自分の望むものが何なのか分かってるから。邪魔するな。どけ。 はできない。
Alright, let's end this. See how it all ends very, very soon. Never actually paid attention if there was, if this is a gravestone, right? Is this a gravestone? I wonder if this has been here all this time. Never actually stopped to, you know, look. Okay, you can skip this, sure. Alright, let's go. What's gonna be the big deal this time? What's gonna be the big bad boss?
ひなこ。あなた、ひなこなの？
お姉ちゃん、私たちは誰かのおもちゃにされているの。
どういうこと？
私を嫁がせたい何者かと、それを妨害したい何者かが私を二つに引き裂いて戦わせている。
そんなことって。
とても苦しい戦いだったけれど、私はようやくそれに気づけたの。人に望まぬ選択を強いること、それをせかすこと、私たちはそれと戦わなくちゃいけないって気づけたから。ごめんね、お姉ちゃん。ごめんね、お父さん、お母さん。私やっぱり親不孝者だと思う。でも本当に私の幸せを願っていてくれるなら、この暴挙をどうか許して。これが私の選択、そして私たちをもてあそぶ者たちへの抗議。
No appearance from the doll this time. Yeah, Junko wasn't there to stop her. Didn't try to stop her at all.
どうして私たちはどちらかが殺されなければならないの？どうして私たちは殺し合うしか対話ができないの？
稀に人里に真意を宿した希少な血を持つ女子が生まれることがそのようなものが里に現れるたびに我らは一族の跡取りにそのものを嫁に欲するようまじないをかけた。
何を言って。
歴代の跡取りたちは皆うまくたぶらかして戻ってきたがこだびの跡取りは下代だ。人間の娘一人たぶらかせぬようでは未熟が過ぎる。
とゆきさんはずっと私をお嫁さんにしたい一心でずっと
Creepy smile.
してきたって孤独にずっと
Sorry, Hineko, sorry. I just found the faces being funny.
悩んで生きてきたことゆきさんを
Am I gonna have to fight both Fox, God, and... Oh my god, we're gonna have to fucking do that. Alright. He looks different. Oh, yeah, defeat the gods. God damn it. I guess, yeah, at least now it's on record, like, how they look. I mean, he looks different in the... Like, he's blue now, and dark. Because in the other one, lead up to the other ending, he was brown and red. And then it's gonna be other Hineko's version fighting. Right, that's how Hineko saw Shu as well. Like, might turn into his yeah! Oh, yeah, this time it's just the doll in the middle. 'Cause yeah, in the second ending, it's Shu's face there. He's the one being possessed. But yeah, it's the doll. It's been the doll all this time. Ow. Okay, who's the last one? Are you just gonna be back and forth between the two? Okay. you like a taste of your own medicine?
真剣に悩んで不安や悩みを抱えてその上で羽ばたく勇気が持てるか私たちは問うんだ
It just reminding me of Dark Souls 3 Gwendolyn. Ow! Oh, I don't think I never saw this move. I never got grabbed by this guy. I'm sure it must be painful in hard mode, but you know, yeah, I never got to pull it off on me. So, and now he's just T-posing. Yeah, I'm also using the actual divine sword on him.
彼の思いに応えることで私の人生は何を得られる何を失う何が変わって何が生まれる
This must be like so epic in the harder difficulties, but I don't know. Yeah, not gonna be the case for me. It would just feel very tedious. Like, yeah, I appreciate, oh, they're really varying the boss fights, the mechanics. Like, look at these fucking moves, man! This is really the type of shit you'd see in a fucking Souls game, honestly. Like, it's just so... Yeah, they're giving us, like, this visual spectacle at the end. Oh, because it's a big bad boss fight. And we're fighting gods, literal gods. But, I don't know, it's just... Is this too much? They're just doing too much. Let me just bandage up before you do your big move. Probably not gonna kill me because I'm in casual mode. Yeah, you barely do any damage, but whatever. Yeah, let's see it. Ah! Yeah, looking cool, buddy. But I've had enough of this. We're mashing R1. Yeah, you see some of the physics glitches because cutscene's not meant to be in 60 FPS.
しぶりの祝言に酒が過ぎたのだろう。普段は温和な方なのだ。
どうすればいいの？
この場は私が何とかしておく。
琴雪さん、一緒に。
すまなかった。私は君に全てを与えたつもりで、君が一番欲していたものに気づけなかった。私も君と同じものが欲しくなったのだ。君への愛は酔狂なまじないによって生み出されたものではないと。
Had too much to drink. So it was like, yeah, Fox supposed to be like, yeah, daddy.
もし私たちへの愛が本物だったなら、また会いましょう。私たちもしっかり悩んで答えを用意しておきます。
All right. Sure. I guess that's about as good of an ending, I guess you could take, like the direction you could take, considering this is supposed to be, yeah, like trying to find a balance between the two different endings. So yeah, I guess it's about yeah, where you could take it. Sure, nothing too surprising there. Like, yeah, just just let us think about it. Don't rush us into this whole marriage thing. I guess they just made it very plain there. Like, yeah, it's like these two different gods fighting over, and them being, I guess, like, yeah, these stand-ins for the two different forces that are that Hinako is, you know, going up against as a woman, coming of age, and, you know, heading into this very pivotal point in her life. Yeah, the more interesting things about this run are with Hinako's parents, because yeah, they're the ones that actually, yeah, the cutscenes, the revelations here are the ones that, you know, actually humanize them. Which I appreciate, and I also do appreciate that that Hinako doesn't just immediately forgive his dad. Like, I get, I definitely, I think I appreciate the direction that they took with the mom. Like, the way she found, like, her small victories in dealing with the dad. Like, you know, the little things she did to enact revenge on him, and also, like, the little joys that she took from, you know, having that power over them, power over him, and it's like, yeah, like this is what wives can do and mothers can do. It is very humanizing. Like it's like the most powerful thing, but for her, right? Like that is a thing that, you know, it can show strength in how, you know, husbands can also just submit to them. And yeah, like just understanding, right? Like knowing the time that they live in, and knowing that his father, her father, Hinoko's father, Kanta, acts that way because, yeah, again, that's what happened to him, with his friend's betrayal, and also because this is what society expects of men and husbands and fathers. And also the scene with Dad. It's also very interesting that I hope it wasn't a glitch, that it was intentional, that all that time with Shadow Hinako, like even in his apologies, right? Like his face is just like this stoic blank face, unmoving, like he was like crying. Like it's like, I hope that it's intentional in that he's still trying to put on this face, right? Because he's a man, you can't show this weakness, but you know he is just dying inside. Because yeah, that's how, you know, patriarchy, misogyny, toxic masculinity just destroys men too. All right, here we go. Post credits. Letter from Koroyuki. Days have grown warmer where I am. What is it like in Ebisugaoka? I can still recall the startling beauty of dandelions peeking out through cracks in stone walls. I'd like to express my appreciation for the letter you sent me. It's quite enlightening. I will follow in your footsteps and start by simply trying to enjoy life. As per your recommendation, I purchased sauce-flavored senbei for the first time just the other day. It's been quite a sight to see. A man dressed in a suit, buying cheap rice crackers and eating them with children outside the candy store. Must have been quite a sight. Yeah, again, a little bit sloppy in the proofreading here. The children laughed when they saw me, saying that real grown-ups don't buy such cheap snacks. And so I explained to them how I wasn't able to eat many treats as a child, which is why I'm eating them now. When they heard that, they began swarming around me and telling me all the different delicious ways you can eat sauce-flavored senbei. I must say I was taken aback when a child suggested I try putting strawberry jam on it. Yeah, again, more humanization of Kotoyuki. Imagine such a scene, a full-grown man eating snacks with children. While I was rather embarrassed, I felt like I had regained part of my lost childhood. I intend to become reacquainted with my inner child, discover my own dreams, and live life to the fullest. Once I've done so, I hope to reevaluate my feelings for you. Okay, still's got the fox arm. Yeah, that's the Hinako that was in touch with Kotoyuki.
さんみたいに生きてみたい。誰かをものすごく好きになって、その人のためにものすごく努力して、情熱のすべてを注ぎ込むような一途で
Is that full of
一生懸命
passion?
な生き方をしてみたい。今度は私から琴幸さんに求婚するくらいの勢いで一生懸命に。
Yeah, you're the one who does the proposing.
私はまだ決まってないけど、とにかく何かに一生懸命に。何それ。ここは静かだね。誰も邪魔しない、せかさない。いるのは私たちだけ。うん。 私たちだけで行く末を決められる。こんな静かな恵比寿ヶ丘は初めてかも。ここは私たちだけの静寂の恵比寿ヶ丘だね。
Okay. I guess the town's submerged in water. And the bell. Right. So yeah. The town still isn't surviving this whole situation, and it's also, you know, like, it's deliberately, ambiguous in how, like, how much of this is real or not. Which I guess isn't really all that important, right? Because the story is the story, and the story is that, you know, it's Hinako really just finding reconciling all her conflicted thoughts and feelings, and being able to talk to her parents about it, and seeing, you know, like, their side, right? They understanding where they come from and why, how she was put in this whole situation. Of course, this also, like, this ending doesn't even happen without you having gone through, like, the player, or Hinako, I guess, having gone through the other ending as well. So, like, I guess we just also have to come into this with the assumption that she has also seen all those other things as well, I guess. That she's had to go through these other cycles, and so she's like she's come to this understanding of herself through through her understanding of all the other people. You know, through, like, I guess, yeah, supernatural means, sure. Like, I'm sure someone out there has maybe laid it all neatly in a way that makes sense, like, logically, but ultimately, though, yeah, it's like seeing all these different perspectives, maybe through, like, yeah, I guess, like, if I were to think about, like, the mechanics of it, of getting this true ending, it's like, yeah, seeing that first ending, seeing, like, the self-doubt, understanding, like, the whole medicine situation, and then not taking that medicine, and then also getting the sword, like, seeing the past, and all of its associations, using some of that power, but then giving it up, purifying it, and then also using the power, or, like, getting the, like, I don't know, some sort of understanding of Kotoyuki as well, but also giving that up because you also give the fox brooch that he gives you. You also give that up. And that allows you to also, like, finally get the perspective of your parents. And then they also realize their mistakes. And they apologize. So seeing their perspective, like, Hinako becomes more understanding of it, and then isn't just immediately going to come to the conclusion that, oh, we need to just completely run away from this. That, yeah, maybe, you know, that there can be happiness in marriage, because, yeah, like, from seeing the, you know, from what her talks with mom and dad show, that there was happiness before that. It's, you know, like, tragic events made things bad, but yeah, there could still be a path forward there. Okay, what does this say actually here for the endings? Oh, look at that. But yeah, I'm guessing like the water thing is still tied into like the whole lore with the water dragon. Because yeah, the sword is no longer there. Inari-sama is also no longer there, right? They don't have power, so it's like the oldest god now has the greatest presence in the land. But I don't know. The way this picture is framed can be seen as like peaceful, but maybe also solemn in like a graven way. I don't know. Like, oh yeah, is this village done for? I don't know if there was really any future path for the village itself, because yeah, it's just all mired in all of these, you know, conservative traditions. Ebisugaoka and silence. So we need to talk about our future, yeah. So we just need quiet and peace and quiet. Kotoyuki can go and, you know, find himself and actually see if he does want to marry Hinako or not, because just he was, you know, possessed by a fox demon, or also just had all this pressure on him. Like, we can also just take that from like, yeah, like setting aside all of like the actual cult shit, right? Are we also gonna set aside everything that he and his clan put, not just Hinako, but like, because yeah, from all the lore notes you discover, this has been happening for generations. Young girls disappearing and getting wedded to foxes. So I don't know, you can just easily sweep that away. Like, I guess maybe the thing you can maybe absolve Kotoyuki from is that, yeah, like, he's not actually of that clan. Like, he is a bastard kid, and he was like, his mom they left the clan because yeah, she was like a maid, and yeah, he wasn't actually there when all of that shenanigans was you know, was happening. I call shenanigans, but like young women getting kidnapped, getting forced to marry into this clan and satisfy some god. So, you know, can't really just sweep that aside, TBH. And yeah, like, again, like, what are the ultimate fates of Sakuko and Rinko and Shu, right? If we're just trying to think of like the literal, like, actual plot. Did they actually die? Did the fox, I don't know, the Inari obsessed clan, like, did they actually have a hand in their demise? You know, I guess it's not like the most important thing. But yeah, I guess just final thoughts on the game. Like, yeah, I really, really wish they had a completely different primary mechanic for interacting with this game instead of the combat, because I'm just not a fan of it. Not a fan of it. I enjoyed some of the puzzles, although, yeah, some of them were a little bit too muddy. In that, there were points like, yeah, especially with that seal puzzle where you had to put him to open up Hinako's room. It's like, where exactly, interpreting like the actual places, like when you can just kind of brute force it a bit is not always, it's just not elegant. Yeah, it's not a very scary game overall as well. Which is mostly the fault of the whole combat system and just how much of it is there. Do have to praise, again, the audio design. It did as well as it could to keep things feeling a bit tense and creepy at times whenever there were any enemies. Especially now that I'm playing with headphones again, because yeah, for the runs that I did to get through New Game Plus, I was not wearing headphones at all. I was actually listening to podcasts because, like, I just want to get through this. But yeah, doing this again with the headphones, right, reminded me of how, yeah, actually the audio design in this game is really fantastic. Yeah. And as for, like, the, you know, like the most compelling part of the game, the story, and I guess also, like, the characters, right, especially Hinako. It's a very, well-realized character. Really explored all the facets of, I guess, of a cool, you could explore it, the psychological aspects of, you know, what would a, you know, Japanese teenage girl be going through in this critical moment of their life, with all of the societal pressures. And then, of course, you frame that as a horror story. I mean, that works for sure. And yeah, shouts out to the VA, who also, I think, yeah, like they use their appearance, and I think motion capture as well. I'm not actually quite sure about motion capture being the same actress. Konatsu, I'm not gonna butcher it. But yeah, did an amazing job with the performance, the range she showcased, the reserved parts of Hinako, the anger, the sadness, the fear, the politeness, the formality that she had to show, the restraint. Absolutely amazing. Just great performance overall. And I guess I could say that for the rest of the cast as well. Really, really, really great. And yeah, as for like the actual story itself, I think they did a good enough job to weave together all these different layers to make it all make sense. Like, it made sense to me. I saw the vision. And I think for the most part, I am satisfied with how it all turned out, with all of these different endings. Saw all the different perspectives, and the nuances they explored, and especially, like, yeah, when it comes to like Shu and Hinako's relationships, because I was like pretty much dead set on like in the beginning that there was no romantic aspect from Hinako's side, and I realized, yeah, again, like through the New Game Plus, like there were parts of it, but that part was like, I guess through the societal pressures that Hinako had with the whole gender roles, having to perform certain gender roles, and that she and Shu weren't thinking in that way until they, you know, became, I guess, they hit puberty, right? And they were at that point in their lives, and as well as Hinako's relationship with his father, made it so, yeah, like, I guess, the fear that Hinako had of, and the disgust he had of men, maybe like, she didn't want to see Shu that way, so, yeah. So there's that cold tragedy there. Like, I'm also thinking, of Sakuko and Rinko, like, I guess their whole character arcs kind of fell off as you kept playing the game. Like, they really weren't all that. I mean, yeah, you saw some different parts of how they viewed Hinako in the different New Game Plus cycles, but very much relegated to their, like, a couple of chapters. And yeah, I guess it was important at the very end, though, to show that side of mom and dad. That they weren't just... I mean, they were slowly revealing some of that in the other New Game Plus cycles. Something about, like, yeah, dad's death and mom's condition. And the turmoil that they had about, you know, what was going on. And to, like, that final reveal there with, like, the big bombshells about, yeah, dad's dead. But again, also very much appreciate the game not just letting him off the hook. Like, he still did all those awful things, and it doesn't mean that he has to be forgiven. And I think the direction that the game took, like, yeah, his family, I think it's still very much like a, I don't know, like an Asian sort of thing, which I can relate to. Yeah, when it comes to family, right? Like, you still have to hear them out, which I'm sure. I mean, even other Asians, like, and I'm also that, I guess, like, kind of Asian that isn't, like, the most traditionalist when it comes to beliefs. That just because they're family, that doesn't automatically mean they are going to be worthy of being listened to if they do horrible shit, even if it's, like, understandable. Like, still, like, if you do end up becoming an abuser, you know, you're not entitled to even being listened to for your apologies. So, yeah. But no, like, again, I understand, like, the setting, and yeah. I guess I just gotta go back to that scene between Hinako and her mom, and how much, like, you know, she broke down in tears from just hearing her mom apologize. It's like, this is as much as I can get, and she truly appreciates it, and it's like, wow, yeah. And she also did feel like, yeah, she was being so horrible to her mom in a way. But yeah, that's about as close as I got to being emotional in this game. Cause, you know, yeah. It's hard. Very tough situation to be in for a mom, right? To withstand that abuse, especially after, you know, seeing that before that event happened, that the man you did marry was, you know, there was a good man once there. But yeah, tragic. And I guess, yeah, this is about as good, I guess, of an ending you can have. Again, just don't let all these powers, these societal structures, these gender norms, you know, the stand-in for, like, tradition and the gods, take control of you. Yeah. And yeah, even in the end here, like, the other Hinako still has, you know, fox arm. Still has that piece of Kotoyuki, I guess. Yeah. Yep, alright. Yeah, 3 out of 5. Number rating. That's how I see Silent Hill F. Like, really, really compelling story. Lots of layers to it. Appreciate how they all weaved it in together. Characters are pretty damn good. Really great performances. Audio design. Actually, also got a give it up for the enemy design as well. Like, yeah, like sure they're taken from Japanese mythology, but also like just like the fucked up shit. the monsters. Even though I do still have that complaint about the game not having as many as I hope, considering how much combat there is and how much, you know, how many times you have to fight the same enemies over and over and over and over again. And yeah, which leads me back to that gigantic mechanical complaint about the game. Man, if this game just had something else, something more interesting than just combat for as the primary mechanic. And again, also like probably like the new game plus structure. Just to get all of this, you really have to commit to doing all of this. Probably maybe better off just watching a YouTube video instead of doing what I did. Yeah, probably just get as much out of the story that way. Because I don't know really how much, like, again, doing so much more combat and doing very, very slight variations of the same puzzles over and over again would have added much of the experience. So yeah, and that's it. Closing the book on Silent Hill F. Alright,